Are we not live yet?
I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Yeah, I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitches are jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what your boss, I got Richard and Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti, yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you hate in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, favorite part of Tuesday. One half of dynamic duo known as Buddy V, killing it with the one and only
Sam K. And man, we got another phenomenal guest in the building tonight. The one,
Terry.
the only, the Terrifier from Scrapyard. How you doing, brother?
Scary Terry.
Yeah.
Scary Terry.
Yes, sir. You got a fan in the building with Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
How you feeling, man?
I'm excited. I'm excited to be on a podcast, man. I haven't done anything with StreetBeefs or MMA Underground in about a year and a half now. Haven't talked to you fellas in a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Well, we're gonna be having you out here in the West Coast, I believe this month, man. So let's talk about that real quick.
Let's talk about it.
This month?
Yeah.
It's January, bro. 2024.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I thought March for some reason. What the heck? Okay.
Ah.
I can see some people. See what the West Coast is actually about.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we can't wait to have you, bro. I know me personally, I can't wait to, to see you in action, especially in one of our yards. So, fireworks on the way.
Absolutely.
And who are you fighting for the people who don't know?
I'm fighting Adam, Black Adam.
Yeah.
He's Nasty Native's only L in StreetBeefs.
This is true. This is true.
The wushu finger.
Appreciate you, Reagan.
I've been straightening my fingers though. I've been doing some finger ups.
Yeah, for those who don't know, man, like you said, Nasty Native, that was his only loss, and something like his pinky broke or some shit like that. But it was a nice little battle while it lasted, and we haven't seen Black Adam since. So he's going to be making his return. Terrifier is making his return. Fireworks.
I'm excited to see that fight too, because I thought it was a little later, but in the new year, we're starting new, and you're starting with a bang, ready to get on a fight. But I know in this past year, you have many accolades that you accomplished. And for those who don't know, you do serve in the military, and you went and you kicked some ass in some competitions. You want to kind of talk about that?
Yeah, I won the All Army National Combatives Tournament. So the armies, they send all their. So every base has like their combatives team, a bunch of guys who train MMA. There's some pro fighters there. There's guys who've gone to the PFL. Guys like what's his freaking name? The guy who fought Yoel Romero, the Green Beret guy.
Not Joko. What the hell?
Not Jocko.
I'm not gonna get that. Okay, never mind.
Anyway,
Bushido.
There's been some guys in the UFC who fought in this tournament. A lot of legends fought in this tournament. It's called a Lacerda Cup from a gentleman named Pedro Lacerda. He was a very he was very established in the combative community in the Army, and they honored him with they honored his name at the tournament. There's been a lot of good guys. The guy who Brandon Sales, you ever heard of Brandon Sales? He beat Muhammad Usman, Kamaru Usman's brother, right before he joined the UFC. He's a champion.
OTH.
Yeah, he's a champion in the All Army tournament. It's a very, very stacked tournament with a lot of good fighters. Black belts, professionals, amateurs.
And you.
Yeah, the Terrifier.
Let's talk about some of the results, man, because I've seen clips and you went in there and put some work.
Yeah, I mean, I had five different matches, and it's a 3-day tournament. And I won all 5 matches. I did what I needed to do. I did a month training camp. I got to around 240 pounds. I was feeling good, you know. I'm like 270 now, but I was feeling good, you know.
Nice, nice.
Now I'm trying to get...
And am I wrong? It seemed like you fought with an injury. Is that right?
Yeah, my foot was broken for the finals. I had a broken foot. It was broken in half, you know. But
damn,
I flew all the way from Korea. I was on deployment. I flew all the way from Korea to Georgia. So I was like, I'm not going back home because I had a little boo boo, you know.
Hey, that's terrifying, bro. At 240 pounds with a broken foot, just walking around, much less fighting 5 matches. Like, damn.
It was terrible. Seriously, I couldn't even walk. I don't even know how I did it. Like, I just like, okay. It was right before the finals match. I was like, okay, I need to come out with a poker face. First thing, I don't want the ref being like, yo, what's going on with you, you know? Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's a very prestigious tournament, but we're not getting paid for it. So they're gonna, you know, and even any professional ref is not gonna let a guy with a broken foot come out there and fight, you know?
Yeah.
I put on my poker face and just walk normal, and my foot was purple. I covered it with tape. It was a horrible time, but once that adrenaline hits, you don't feel nothing. Seriously, yeah. It's really crazy. You know how it feels. You guys fought before. You don't feel anything. You don't feel a punch.
Right. No. It's crazy when that adrenaline kicks in. That's like that's some David Goggins stuff. Like when he talked about breaking his feet and duct taping them up.
Real shit.
And I was gonna say, so before we go on with these fighting and everything else, and these amazing, wonderful things that you could do, I know that you also had another great accomplishment that might not necessarily be fight related. Did you want to kind of share that with the world, or?
Yeah, I had a daughter about 6 months ago, so I've been kind of focused. I haven't really been able to go to the gym and train like that because I've been focusing on my baby and stuff. I know Shinigami wanted me to fight him instead of take care of my daughter, but I had responsibilities to do.
That's real talk, though, man. Real talk.
It's really weird how he doesn't understand. I mean, I don't expect him to understand. He's not a father, so he's just some couch bum who likes to do karate. I wouldn't expect him to understand, having how time consuming having a child is.
It really does change. I mean, it's crazy that before kids, you're like, oh, it'd be cool to have kids. And even like as a man, personally, like when your girl's pregnant, it's there, but it's not quite there because the woman has it growing inside them. But then the minute you hold your kid, it's just like, I don't know. People say doing things cold turkey, that and that, but like the minute you hold your kid, it's just like, yep, everything's different. Not even you got a question. You don't think, it's just that instinct, and it's crazy. And that sympathy weight's real. You just start to blow up, like fuck.
I mean, another accomplishment I've done is I stopped drinking alcohol. Soon as my daughter was born. I was cutting it back a little bit, but then I went to Korea and I got a little more. I was drinking every day, every single day I was drinking, and then my daughter was born. I'm like, alcoholism unfortunately runs in my family, It's like, I can't be doing this. I don't shame anyone for drinking alcohol, but
Yeah.
I just don't want, my tendencies, and I believe alcoholism is a genetic thing, and I don't want my daughter to go through me not being there fully mentally. And plus, I need to take care of my health. I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, that's mature of you, and that takes discipline, bro, and it's commendable. Very much.
Appreciate
Absolutely. And it's funny because sometimes you hear, like, I joke, that's part of the reason why I love fighting, and the reason why I do fight is because the thought of something happening to my children and me not taking care of
it. Yeah,
myself the best way
absolutely.
that I can is scary. Yeah, hearing you say that, that's a big reason why you stopped and you haven't drank, man. Congrats to you on that. That's an amazing accomplishment right there. That few can do.
Yeah. Seriously though, even if you aren't the greatest fighter, just having that basic knowledge of martial arts, you have a you have a you have an advantage over most of the population. If you're a disciplined fighter, you train all the time, you work out, you have an advantage over most of the world.
Oh yeah,
I
and some of
agree.
the motivational stuff I've listened to, they even bring up how just one simple thing, if you do it as discipline, and everything else is the same between you and someone else, that person that has even just that one discipline will always come out on top, just because they have that little bit more discipline, that little bit more of that. And so, dang, see, I'm glad we had you back on. It's been too long.
Absolutely. Let's get back into the fights, man. You had a major fight, your last fight. It was a rematch, and there was a controversial call at the end of that match. A lot of people disagreed with it, myself included. That was between you and Brickhouse. Can you talk about that fight, as well as will we ever see a rematch?
Well, I would love to do a rematch. So I kind of laid out a rule. I told everybody, if you guys want to fight me and anything other than MMA, we're gonna do it with 4 ounces. If you want to take advantage of me, if you think I'm not a good skilled, I'm not the best boxer. I know I'm not the best boxer, but I'm not. If you're so much better than me in boxing or kickboxing, fight me in 4 ounce gloves. Let's do it. And a lot of crickets. But people want to try to fight me with the 12 ounces, or I mean, it's not that big of a difference, but I'll cause some damage with 4 ounces, and no one has took me up on that offer yet with the 4 ounce gloves. But meet me at least a quarter of a way. I'm an MMA fighter.
I dig it. I dig it.
So anyway, I've called for. He said he would fight me in MMA. I've also made amends with Brickhouse. It was some beef there, but I wasn't really truly angry at him. I kind of was angry at his reaction to winning, because he was like he was like flexing hard and stuff, like,
Gotcha.
because when I knocked him out, I wasn't disrespecting him and talking shit to him but then a rematch, he beat me, and then he start down talking me and whatever, and then I got a little angry, and it was just some beef. We had some back and forth beef for a while, but I hashed it out with him, because we're grown men, and he's actually not a bad dude. He's a really good dude, and but I said, hey, we could do MMA. He said he would do MMA with me. He said he would do another kickboxing match with me, but he hasn't done it yet. And then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I mean, I knew I won. And another thing about that match is, that match, I was not even going to Street Beefs expecting to fight. I did not come here to fight that day. If you look at my attire, I'm wearing a basketball jersey and some shorts, some like cotton shorts with a do-rag on. And I drank like 3 beers before I came to the event. I was not ready to fight, and they were like, "No, you're fighting Brickhouse today." I said, "I never agreed to this. I never signed up to fight." And then I'm a really prideful man, and I let my pride get the best of me, and I was like, okay, we're fighting. You know, I'm a very prideful man. Like that's one of my probably one of my downfalls. Like if you challenge me to a fight, I'm gonna do it.
You know, but in all honesty, bro, you won that fight. You know, now granted, to Brickhouse's credit, he made some adjustments and he definitely didn't look like the same fighter from part one.
Yeah.
But regardless to your condition, you know, you had it. You won that fight, you know.
Yeah.
And it was obvious, like, you know, your performance was a little bit different from the first fight as well.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why it's good to have, you know, fighters on to give us that backstory and that information, you know, that's missing.
Yeah, he made it was a very I thought I won the first 2 rounds very clearly, and the third round was a good round for him. I give him that third round. You know, I was a little tired and we took advantage of some things. But I had it 2-1. You know, and that's just coming from a fight of being a fan of fighting, watching fights, you know.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's gonna be a little bit biased because it's me, but at the end, I was just looking. I've tried to look at it as unbiasedly as possible, and he did not win that fight. He won the third round. Very clearly he won the third round, but the first 2 rounds, yeah.
Yeah. And didn't you come in? I think I remember that day because I remember seeing you fight. I think you had some Yeezys on or something. I was like, all right, I see you.
I had my the trusty formers on. I wear them everywhere.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're a little beat up now. I had to retire them a little bit, you know.
I was gonna say because you brought up how you bring up the 4-ounce gloves and very few people have stepped up to the challenge and I know one person, crazy enough, from the West Coast was DTP who stepped up and showed out. And the one person I did want to ask about the fight with was RIP Jay Gotham because I know that he also stepped up when no one else would fight you. And I wanted to kind of ask about that one.
What about it, man? They're real men. They're real men. DDP, Jay Gotham, those are real men you can look up to.
You know, real tough.
Jay Gotham was a phenomenal. Like he was very stern, but if you knew him, if you got to know him, he was a guy you would want on your side, having your back. That was a good dude right there. Seriously, like, you know, people have passed, whatever, but he was a good dude. He had a good heart. DDP, he's a good man too. He takes care of his little brother. He does everything for he lives his life to show his brother what a man is.
Oh yeah, and like I said, that's real men.
I have tremendous respect for both those guys, and those guys will accept a fight with anyone too.
Yeah.
DDP was probably fight the UFC champion right now.
I think currently, bro, that's the only competitive fight for you is DTP.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't like hurting my friends. So I consider him a friend, but
yeah,
you know, I would love to train with him. You know, get some rounds in with him. You know, I'll stand up. You know, so I know he's not really the most well-rounded on the ground.
Right.
You know, it was a bad match for MMA. I do believe, but I feel like if we had a kickboxing match, that'd be far more competitive.
That's what I want to see. The 4-ounce kickboxing, maybe even Muay Thai. Like that would be the show.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be a good fight. I mean, I really don't like hurting my friends, but you know, if it ever came up, and if he really wanted it, if he was there, I would have done that too. You know, but I'm trying to fight someone new. I want to fight someone new at the West Coast. I'll even fight Big Titty Satan.
Whoa.
You know, I just smash him.
That'd be a good fight too, man. That definitely would. We haven't seen him since the Shinny fight, but
I'll smack his BBs off his head.
That would be something to see for sure. Speaking of getting rounds in, though, bro, just as a fan, I've been asking, bro. I would love to get some sparring in with you when you come out. You know, if you have the energy and you're down, you know, I'm definitely all for it. Awesome.
Of course. Come on now.
Awesome.
That's not even a question. That's not even a question. We'll get some rounds in.
Appreciate you, brother.
Now, I was a little curious because, we talked about some of the accolades you had last year. You're starting this new year off with a bang over on the West Coast. But I was curious if you were going to try to do maybe another military competition, or if you want to set your sights on a few other yards throughout this year, or if there's like certain fight goals that you're ready to just go now. Now the new year's here, we can exploit them,
So I do have pretty much do have my professional debut already confirmed. Either in March or April. I'll be fighting. I know my opponent is too. But I would love to do one more scrapyard fight. Because I want to say my piece to them. I don't want to leave the scrapyard on a loss. I am doing the All Army tournament again, and I believe April. I'll be going back to Georgia, and I'll be going to Thailand in February for deployment for a month, just for a month.
Wow.
Get some training out there too. I have it pretty all mapped out. Right now what I need to do is so my stand up has improved tremendously. Like night and day. I'm a far better stand up artist I was a year ago. I would like to get my physical. I would like to get physically more physically better, mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm not the most in shape guy. And just focus on my health, and that will make me a better fighter. Just that. I felt good at 245. I felt really good there. I was doing 10-minute rounds in training camp. I felt good too after the 10-minute rounds against professional fighters, light heavyweights. Maybe one day even get to light heavyweight myself, but I like finding the big boys. I like finding the fatties. It's fun.
That way, when you fight people a little smaller, they don't hit as heavy.
Fighting smaller dudes is actually a little more. You gotta be a little more technical. You gotta be a little
There's
more
the
technical.
speed, and then the small guys trying to make up for the lack of power.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Like when I'm training, I actually have trouble with the smaller dudes because they're better cardio, they're faster. I gotta modify my power, and when I modify my power, I'm also getting rid of my speed because most of the power comes from my speed. Velocity.
Right.
So
That's true.
I usually have a hard time training with sparring with smaller dudes, but
you gotta switch it up. Every opponent's different, right? Yeah, you gotta be ready for everything. Yeah.
Different body types, different powers, speeds. It all helps.
And then Ryan, I was gonna say I had a fight a few months ago. I lost. I was training a little bit, but I actually got with the Pillar from Scrapyard. He lives not too far. I've been training a couple of times a week with him. We've been getting pad work in and back work, and I actually not only feel that my form is actually looking nice now. I'm looking kind of like I have I'm not as green in boxing anymore. I actually look like I'm starting to develop some of those skills, and I'm like, about time, damn. So we'll see Ryan soon. Oh man. Oh. So
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
definitely looking forward to the return of Buddy V. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I'm itching for it. It's like Terrifier said, when kids, it kind of throws it off because I have to do my son's birthday party, and I work weekends, so I can get like 1 weekend off, like 1 day a weekend off a month maybe. And I was gonna fight this month, but because I have to do my son's birthday party, I was like, man, dang it, I can't go beat up the dads. Half of them don't know how to fight. Then I'll look mean. Be like, all right, guys, happy birthday to my son. Here's some gloves.
Shit, I would. We got a backyard. I got extra gloves. What's up?
Heck yeah. Terrifier, I was gonna ask too. Do you think you'll ever teach your daughter a little like some basic self-defense and stuff as she gets older? You know, kicks, punches, just a little self-defense.
My daughter's gonna be a full-time combat athlete.
Ooh,
All
yeah.
my children are gonna be combat athletes. My daughter, she's gonna do wrestling. I won't force her to do kickboxing. She's gonna train in kickboxing, but I'm not gonna force her to compete because I'm all about developing your, and I feel like I don't want her to get brain injuries at a young age.
Right.
Even though
Hey,
little girls don't hit hard, but still.
but like they say, you start them off young, and they're able to develop and understand what this is really about.
I'm just gonna set her up for whatever she wants to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her a gift. She can do what she wants to do with it. If she wants to make money from it, if she wants to teach people things, if she just wants to learn it for self-defense, that's why you shouldn't force a kid to do anything. But I do believe you should motivate a child.
Yeah.
People say, let them do what they want. Like, what do you mean? So you just want my kid wants to eat candy? I just when I supposed to let them eat candy for dinner? Like,
Going to be at school like my dad can beat up your dad. Yeah, I bet you will.
no,
Yeah.
hopefully she's
If I call your dad, Terrifier's gonna show up like, huh? What? They're gonna be like, oh, that's your dad? That's your sorry, no, my bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very
Have you seen the video of Eminem talking to the Mike Tyson, and he was explaining how he does boxing at a gym and stuff, and like he went in, there's a guy that has his headgear on, and he goes and he's like, this dude beat my ass for like 8 rounds. Finally, I had to get out. I'm like, this guy's like a pro. He takes off his headgear, no facial hair, and he's like, how old are you? And the guy's like, oh, I'm 14. He's like, I didn't go back to the gym for 2 weeks. I asked the trainer to come to my house, and he's like, man, these young kids, man, you get them started young, they're just.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at all the top fighters in the world right now. Those guys have been starting since they were kids.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had fighters who just got off the couch and became great fighters. Now people are learning MMA since they were 5. Been training MMA since they were 5 years old.
Yeah.
The sport is evolving. There's kids who could destroy old men. Veterans.
Hey, on the topic of training, what is a typical training session with Terrifier look like?
Well, pretty dry actually. Just I do my wrestling, 3 times a week, and I do my kickboxing two times a week, and I go on runs in the morning, and basic things. I hit pads. I usually do 2 days during the week. Like I'll do a session from 11:30 to 1, and then I have 2 gyms I go to, and I'll go to my other gym at 6:30 to around 9, 8:30. When I'm
That's
in
pretty
camp,
well balanced.
I'm eating. I'm on a strict diet, and I'll do 2 a days, and I'll do some biking, swimming. 4 to 6 hours of training, 2 hours of hard sparring, shark tanks, and yeah, it's my camp. My camp can be gruesome, but when I'm just relaxed training, it's just the simple stuff.
Well, that's a good question, Ryan.
I'm not re-enlisting. I already re-enlisted. Like, yeah, I've been in the Army for 5 years now, and I'm giving 2 more years. I'm ready to get out and pursue my dreams, and I'm gonna go to school, be a fireman, and be a professional fighter. Those are my goals right now.
That's dope, man. Is there a specific company you're looking to get with, or anyone on the table? Any good offer?
So I want to go to school to be a fireman. I want to go to fire tech school, but I live in Washington, so there's a lot of places around here. Probably work in Olympia, Washington.
I was referring to the professional career.
Oh, the professional career. I'm gonna take it slow. I'm gonna do it like any journeyman, any professional fighter. I'm gonna do these small local shows. My ultimate goal is obviously get to UFC.
Okay.
That's the ultimate goal.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to be the first StreetBeefs fighter in the UFC.
You could. You never know. I mean, shit. You already got a few people from West Coast in Power Slap, so we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing BKFC too.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just got some rounds in with the uncrowned champ Ben Rothwell about last month. Yeah. It was awesome. I was in Wisconsin visiting my family. Yeah, I was supposed to fight for Anthony Pettis actually in January. Not January.
Wow.
November.
February
2nd. Yeah, I was supposed to fight for Anthony Pettis in November, and my opponent ended up pulling out. I don't know the reason why. Maybe he just wasn't ready, or I don't know.
Terrified.
So I went to the fight anyway. I went to Wisconsin anyway because my sponsors already bought me. I already bought a ticket and everything. And then I linked up with there's this like fight group out in Wisconsin. My city's called. It's a fight group. They do backyard fights like StreetBeefs. They were trying to convince me to do it, but I said, no, I'm not really looking to do that. I kind of just want to, be more. And so, but I know the kid who ran this organization, and his fighters go to a gym, and I went to the gym and I was sparring, just doing boxing, and Ben Rothwell's coach was actually there. And I didn't even know. He's like, hey man, you're pretty big dude, and you move very well and stuff like that. And he's like, will you come train with my fighter tomorrow? And I was like, I don't know, I'm trying to just, I'm just trying to enjoy vacation, And then he said, Ben Rothwell? I said, yeah, I do know Ben Rothwell. I said I really wanted to train with him one day. He said, that's my fighter. He said, that's the fighter I'm talking about. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay. I said, okay, I'll be there 30 minutes early.
Right?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like it was awesome.
Damn,
sparring against a guy who's like was one of the top fighters in the world at one point. He's honestly probably the best bare knuckle heavyweight right now. Honestly, it was pretty awesome. The guy's a beast. He has phenomenal cardio. We got some good rounds, and he was impressed with me. I felt after those rounds, I feel more confident as a fighter. That's what I'm saying. I feel more confident. I'm meant to do something great with this. If I can do well, and get some good rounds in with a fighter like that, I just know that I can go far.
Oh yeah, that's crazy that you said you totally do BKFC too, because me and Samke have asked other fighters and stuff before if they'd ever considered BKFC. And with you going pro, I didn't even think about that if you would ever do that, but I would watch you in a second. Hell yeah. Go out there and whoop some butt. I think because I know February 2nd they have a fight in Florida. I know they're trying to get it up here to like Oregon or like somewhere around the Northwest. They're trying to do a BKFC, but I think closest they have is Montana right now.
Well, fellas, it's getting about that time.
About that time, brother.
Yeah, sorry, man. I wish I could.
It's not a problem, man. We appreciated your time while we had it. If you want to go ahead and give us, any shout outs or plugs that you want to do, now would be the time.
Shout out DDP. Shout out Fire Chicken. Shout out Sam K for letting me on. Shout out Jay for letting me on. Shout out Buddy V for always being positive. Shout out God. And RIPJ got him. See you, fellas.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, Terrifier. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was killer. Shit. I love when we get fighters in between their sessions. It's like, sorry, I gotta go. I'm like,
yeah, man. He had his Goku gi on, and he's gonna get that jujitsu in, and that's how it is, man. Training does not stop.
No, it doesn't. Oh man, that was fun. Well, I know that we had another guest. I know sometimes things happen, y'all, but we do have fun tuning in. We gotta keep roll with the punches,
That's right.
Well, I was saying, with that being said, should we make them just wait a split second, give a little break, or what do you think, Samke?
Yeah. We got a little commercial break, and then we'll be back with what we do.
What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to enhance your smoking experience, King Palms has you covered. Innovative designs, premium quality, and they're all natural. So make sure you go over to kingpalm.com and use the promo code KPYNB at checkout to save 20% off your entire order.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Right, first one of the day. We started Scrapyard. The name is Fuck It. Now, that, I'm not going to lie, was the initial reason why I watched this fight. As I watched it, the minute he squares up, I see a street-style fighter. The minute. And I'm just like, okay, I got to watch this. As I see the heart grow, he uses a little bit of his aggression to overthrow his opponent, so much that his opponent was overwhelmed, and he ended up getting the win. And I was like, oh shit, I want to see you come back out some more. And I want to see the name pop up again in my feed because that was really funny. It made me laugh and I loved it. So definitely, fuck it. I want to watch you. I want to see more. StreetBeefs West Coast, TNT. Now, I saw one of these other fighters fights and I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, I haven't seen Blanco's fight. And that's who this man fought, was TNT. And this was a war. I was watching this fight, and as soon as it was done, I rewinded it again to rewatch that fight. I was impressed. I loved every second of it. And I'm not going to tell you who won or lost. All I'm going to say is after watching this, I thought, man, I want to see some more of TNT because I think I've only seen 2 of his fights. So either he needs more and he needs to get back in that cage, or I need to do some better research and find some more fights that he's had. So, yes, TNT for StreetBeefs West Coast. Third would be the OG yard. His name is Dolo. Now, this guy I like because he sits around 135, 140, which is where I want to drop. Oh, yeah, 145. So it's perfect because not only does he box, but he does more MMA. And he was already about to be on the Fighters to Watch until I saw the tag team beef match he did with 717 Static and 717, I forgot the other name, but they were going at it, and Dolo was just putting in work. As soon as I watched this tag team one, I took his name off the which one am I going to put to this is going on this week. He had to make the list. You have to watch his fights. He's definitely worth it. And those are my 3 Fighters to Watch.
Those are some fire picks, man. Most
you.
definitely. Most definitely.
We need a little fire over here.
It's about that time, bro. I got it. Yeah, Samke and the Fire 5. Let's go ahead and start things off. Heading out to the OG yard, we have a title fight between Grisby and Hippie Disciple. These guys had a boxing match in the ring at the gym, and this was the 165-pound title. This is a boxer versus puncher. We saw a lot of aggressive combinations. And as the fight progressed, we got more and more pressure. You can feel the intensity increase as the time and the rounds progress. Both of these fighters are very much resilient. We got a lot of great action from these guys. We saw quite a few knockdowns, and we got a nice TKO at the end. This is a fire fight, title fight that you want to see. Grisby versus Hippie Disciple. Moving on. You see it going to StreetBeefs Scrapyard. If you're trying to look up this fight, there's the title. This is a fight between Stone and Alex Gao. This is a boxing match, and what we have here is a boxer versus a brawler. A lot of what was on display was basically technique versus heart. We saw a lot of patience and we saw a lot of persistence. But adjustments are key. And cardio, as I always say, is key. We got a crazy turn of events, very entertaining fight. StreetBeefs Scrapyard, Stone versus Alex Gao. Yeah, taking you back to the West Coast, StreetBeefs West Coast. This is a classic right here. Asian Sensation versus Slim the Reaper. This was an MMA match. We saw an interesting mix of attacks. And this was a real gritty battle between these two guys. Lots of back and forth. And then when it went to the ground, man, it was a chess match. Every time they went to the ground, we saw reversals. We saw the submission attempts. And something that's very key when you're on the ground is you must always advance. Always. StreetBeefs, West Coast, Asian Sensation versus Slim the Reaper, firefight. Yeah. Going back to the OG yard, this is a tag team boxing match between T. Cole and Dad Bod versus Poetic Justice and Man in the Mirror. Again, this is a tag team boxing match, and these guys did not disappoint. It was very entertaining, a great mix of fighters and styles, and we actually got a lot of heavy shots thrown, a lot of heavy shots, good technique displayed, very competitive, and always protect your nuts. Always. StreetBeefs OG yard. T. Cole and Dad Bod versus Poetic Justice and Man in the Mirror, firefight. And the final firefight of the night, going back to StreetBeefs Scrapyard. If you want to look up this fight, the title is on the screen. This fight is between El Matador and Thunderhead. This was an MMA match, and man, this was an epic chess match right here. Both men trying to execute their game plan. As you see in the title, striker or grappler. That's what we got. We got some chopping kicks. We got a lot of wrestling in this match here, and we saw some methodical, strategic maneuvers between these two, back and forth. You know, we saw the defense on the ground. We saw takedowns and submission attempts. Everything you want to see in a firefight between two competitive fighters. StreetBeefs Scrapyard. El Matador versus Thunderhead. Samke and the Fire 5.
Yeah. Definitely some firefights.
Yes,
Man, I
sir.
haven't watched the Asian Sensation one. I don't think I've watched that one yet. I'm missing out. Dang.
Bro, he's I think he's like the guy who's gonna be getting the belt soon. So he's got every one of his fights are bangers, and I don't think he's lost yet. So he's definitely somebody to look out for. I had wanted to see him versus OG Yard Sensation when he came out to fight at the Super Bowl, but I forgot who Sensation ended up fighting. I think it was what was it? Do you remember?
I don't think I watched his fight from the Super Bowl. No.
You were there.
Oh wait, I was there. Holy shit! Wow. Wow. No, I don't know.
I know who it is.
Sorry.
It's what's my boy name? What's my boy name? His real name popping in my head, but his fight name isn't popping up right now. Nogi. That's who he fought. Nogi. And Nogi got that dub. I wanted Sensation versus Asian Sensation though, just to play off the names, you know. But shout out Nogi, my boy did that.
Nogi.
Yeah, man.
Dang. So, what I was gonna smoke some more weed, but dang, am I a little too hyped for this episode? You need me to mellow out? No, I could dig it. All right. Well, shit, man. I mean, we're a little early tonight. Oh man. But
We got time. We got time. Unless you want to end it.
oh, it's all good. I was gonna just say, other than the Terrifier fight, I really thought that was happening in March. I was gonna ask you about was there a major matchup in March, or am I just like spacing? I don't know why. For some reason, I thought that there was a March West Coast event, something
No,
big.
March is the the hot box, and again, March is so far out, like nobody's matched up or worried about matchups. The main thing is like the current, which is the first event of the year, and making sure that that delivers. We got, of course, people are gonna drop out, but we have at least 40 fights, potentially. So, yeah, man, that's the focus right now. That's the focus, and we got a good mix of new fighters coming in. I want to give a shout out to my boy, the Protestant. He's actually he's like my neighbor, but we've been training together, man, and I got him into Street Beefs, and he's got selected, and he'll be fighting this month. And the dude is a monster, man. The dude is a monster. So really looking forward to the new guys, who can come in and make a name, make a mark. But we do have, the returning vets, so the matchups are we have matchups for this month, but no matchups for March.
That means that I'm probably forgetting something in my real life, in my personal life. Oh man, that's oh,
Your
dang, that's
anniversary is in March, buddy.
Maybe that's just what it is. Damn it.
Or maybe somebody got a
Oh,
birthday or something.
yeah. Oh shit. Well, in case you guys didn't see, I got some cool ass shoes for Christmas real quick. Chicano
Ooh.
All Star. I know I showed Sam K and Jay last show, or can you kind of there you go. Yeah. Thought I'd share with you guys. But sweatsuits are on the way, ordered and everything. They're custom, zip up, textile, and I'm just counting the days down until I can put them out. And I'm excited because since you're on the show, I'll let you know there will be a pre-sale. So when they're made and they're completely done, I'll probably have about a 2 to 3 week pre-sale where you can get it for cheaper than it ever will be. And once that's done, it's gonna be a full price. So and of course, I hook up Sam K and Jay. If you want one to, I'll hook you guys up. You guys might get it for cost price. But everyone else, you get the cheap price.
Hey, for the people watching, now is the time, if you haven't, to subscribe so that you don't miss out when these opportunities come about, because these things happen all throughout the year, and you want to be able to, be notified and take advantage when you're able to.
Bam, this is kind of what they're going to look like.
Ooh. Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, hand drop by yours too.
That's a good contrast of colors.
They gotta switch it up, you know. And the next MMA Underground or Yankee in the Brit, we're gonna need something new here soon too.
Yeah.
But with
Shoot.
that being said, I don't know, man. You got anything else you want to add real quick? Hey, what's up, King Kai? A
Uh,
happy late birthday.
I mean, guess we could talk about the event coming up. Like I said, man, it's we got at least 40, potential fights. Uh, let's see some of the matchups that I can recall. There isn't a bunch of pre matchups, but some of the ones I can remember, we got Big Daddy Williams versus Say So. Say So was on last week. He talked about that. We got the Black Adam and Terrifier. We got Shinigami and Scorpio. Let me see what else we got. Sad Lee and Punches. We had Punches on. We had Sad Lee on. That's gonna be a banger, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man. I'm just looking forward, to get back in the mix. See the community, and there's also a potential for some of these new guys to create a classic. So
That's right. They have the
yeah,
opportunity. The platform's there.
yeah. You
Young and Lavish have a fight.
what did you say? Does Young and Lavish what?
Oh, does he
I
have a
believe
fight?
so. I believe so. I don't know if he's got a pre-matchup or not, but he definitely signed up, and I'm almost certain he got selected. Lav is one of those guys, man, where he's down. He's always down, bro. This man has fought multiple times in a day, and he's there to get it, and it doesn't matter, who it is, what their strengths are, he's game. So, always good to see him.
And there's fighters, but then don't forget, you guys, there's some fighters that won't always take the fight. They got to be fully trained. They have to know their opponent, have to have
Yeah.
studying. I've seen that once or twice where people are like, oh, I've been training for months. I'm in the best shape of my life. It's like, oh, your opponent can't fight, but we have someone just like it. Oh, no. Oh, no, I won't fight anyone else. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that one then.
Right.
I get it, though. It's chess. It's not checkers. You can't
Yeah.
play fighting.
You really can't, man. And some people just have that mentality, and some people don't, and it's no knock to anyone who doesn't, just like we talked before, like a lot of these guys who jump into bare knuckle, like that's a different animal in itself. It's no knock to anyone who doesn't want to, because, it just takes a certain type of person to go out there and do that next level shit,
It's cool, and it's because when you say next level, it really is. There is levels to this game, and when you really start seeing it, you're like, holy shit! And when people are good, they make it look easy. Or people are bad, I'm like, how do you make fighting look so hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest one was the double fists I used to see. I didn't notice until someone pointed it out. It was an actual boxer. He's like, "Oh yeah, those people can't fight." Instantly, and I'm like, "Oh, what makes you say that?" Yeah, as soon as someone throws, if both your hands come out, they've never had formal training. And instantly, as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Okay." Started looking, and yeah, 80 to 95% of people started doing it, and I was like, "Oh wow, all right."
Well, I mean, I gotta say though, it depending on who's using it and how they're doing it, because that is an actual attack, done in a certain way, but a lot of times these people are flailing, they're flinching, but I've landed a double fist on someone before, I don't do that in fighting in actual fights, but in training and shit, we getting creative and stuff outside of boxing. I've been hit with it one time. So, it's just a matter of, knowing what to do and when to do it,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can fuck somebody up with that shit, bro. You really
I,
can.
s- I see some of those Asian movies where they go sideways and they do the
That's how I do it. That's how I do it. Yeah.
Remember, we
Yeah.
co-host the show, so if you ever get mad at me, remember I'm on your good side.
Nah, bro, I would never, man. That's you know, again, knowing when to use it, like you can only use that at key moments on specific types. You know, that's not something you do frequently and with any body, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to judge that distance and that range. And it helps that I got long arms. You know what I mean? So the way I do it, I'm in and out. You know what I mean? You're not going to hit me, you know, as I'm doing that attack. But, you know,
Those
what's
long arms.
what's your we talking about special moves, special attacks. What's yours? I know you got something creative.
Dang. Okay. Special attack. Honestly, I don't know if I've done it in a street beef fight. I've done it mostly in all street fights and some just training. But maybe it's because the adrenaline's different, or I don't know. But I like it to where when I'm able to do hip tosses, I'm actually pretty decent. My fights don't show
Okay.
them, but yeah, a lot of times when people go to throw the hook, because I naturally dip so low already as it is, and my shortness I use to my advantage. I'll go underneath, and so then I'll go, and instead of stepping for like the single leg, I'll just shoot as hard as I can, but shoot directly past them. Kind of like when you do a heel hook, you kick it past, and then you get it. I shoot right past, but I come with my arm open, so then I use the momentum, so that I have my whole arm, it's right around their body, and by this time I'm behind them, but then I'm using that to just slingshot around, and as soon as I do, I have both bases, I just lean back and wham, hip toss, and I'm mostly successful. I'm actually surprised I haven't really done it in a street beast fight. I don't know.
Hey, maybe the next one, you know?
It's
Maybe
gonna
the
be
next
MMA,
one.
so you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't tell anyone too much, but my flying knee, I've been training like crazy. Because after I saw that fight, I was like, man, I gotta step my game up. I gotta get like Samke.
I mean, just not to the head, you know, not to the head, bro. Not to the head. And you know, that's kind of hard to do to the body, you know. Uh so yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, man. I don't know. I think it's about time we wrap it up. What do you say?
About that time, brother. It's about that time, man. I want to definitely give a shout out and much gratitude to our guest tonight, Terrifier. We appreciate your time, man. For those still watching, still tuned in, you guys go look up Terrifier's fights, man. He's got bangers. This man, he doesn't disappoint, and he lives up to the name Terrifier. Yeah, I want to thank Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrapyard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We do this for you guys. We appreciate you guys. Those in the live chat, those watching us on playback, we do this for you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you to the greatest producer, Jay, in the background. Appreciate you, man. The greatest co-host, Buddy V. I appreciate you, bro. Overtime Hustling Magazine. Always great to see you guys, and you guys are always supportive. Thank you. Heart in the Fight. Much appreciation. We love you guys. Thank you. And again, if you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We do this for you guys. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. We do this for you guys. We appreciate it. And that's it.
Hell yeah. Well, you know, go check out Zoel-world.com. You know where all the fun merch is. You know where the stuff is. And I've gotten a little bit more support, but you know to do it. And I showed you. I'll show you again. This is going to be the new style on all the sweatsuits. So when you see these, there will be one on the giant back and then one on the sweatpants. And these sweatsuits are going to be clean. Yeah. Zoel-world. Zoel_Buddy V for the Instagram. They're doing some fun stuff. The holidays kind of had me pushed back on some social media, but I'm back on it, so we're good. And yeah, make sure you check out everything else. Thank you, Samke. It's always a blast every Tuesday. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, this has been too much fun. I'm actually really excited. I've been rearranging my whole office. You guys might see different setup next week too. This feng shui is I'm not feeling this one, but you know, we got through the show.
Yeah, I just redesigned mine, bro. You ain't tell? I got a new coat of paint and shit.
It's pure white, not egg white.
Nah, this is that unicorn silk. That's what this is. Unicorn silk. It's a beautiful shade of white. Hey, man, it was great, man. It was great. This is our first show for the new year. I hope you had a great new year. I hope everyone watching has a great new year. 2023 is behind us, and greatness is ahead of us.
Well, heck yeah. You know how we end it, you all? In the words of Jay, one world, one love, deuces.